Hello everyone, welcome to our course Introduction to Web3. I am Anjali and I'll be your guide for this course. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss about what is a blockchain technology. We are going to understand the underlying infrastructure behind the blockchain technology, what are some special attributes which make blockchain technology so special. So let's get started. What is a blockchain? Blockchain is a distributed immutable ledger. Let us have a look at each of these terms individually to understand the underlying technology behind blockchain. First, we have distributed. Distributed means the data is divided amongst multiple computers or nodes in the case of blockchain. The concept of decentralization is deeply engraved in the blockchain technology. It means there is no central authority which can claim to be the custodian or the owner of the data. Rather, the data is distributed amongst all the nodes. So each node has a whole copy of blockchain data stored on itself, on its local machine, and so there cannot be any tampering with the data, or there cannot be a central authority like a client server model, traditional client server model, which can claim to have all the data with itself. Also, the data is immutable, which means that any previous transactions cannot be altered. You can write new transactions and also read previous ones, but you cannot edit or delete them. Now, this gives a very important characteristic to the blockchain data, which is the protection from tampering of it. Finally, we have the ledger. Ledger means a database. In this case, it would be a digital database of all the records and transactions. So, all in all, this means that blockchain technology is a technology which is based on maintaining a digital database of the transactions which are distributed to multiple nodes present in the system, and which make sure that the past data cannot be altered by anyone. Now let's talk about the block, which is the basic unit of blockchain. As we have discussed previously, all the blocks are tied to each other in the form of a chain in the case of blockchain. The very first block is known as the Genesis block. As you can see that the previous hash for Genesis block is null or all zeros, as it is the very first block. But depending upon the data of the Genesis block, a unique hash value has been created for it. So now when a new transaction request is made to add a new block into the blockchain, that is the block 2 with data Thursday, a new hash value is calculated for this block, and there is also an attribute called as previous hash which links to the Genesis block. In the similar fashion, we have a third block where a data fingerprint is written and the hash value for it is calculated, but it also points to the previous hash, that is the block 2. Now, imagine a malicious user enters the system and tries to change the data of block 2 from Thursday to Friday. What will happen? The hash value for the block 2 would change from A4CE to some other variables. Now, the block 3 will immediately recognize that the block to which it was pointing is no more existing. So now it will raise an alert in the system, and all the nodes would join together to validate the block. Since more than 50% of the blocks will have a block with hash value different than the node which was having the tampered value, this block will be removed and the other blocks from the other nodes would be copied here. This is how an attack is prevented in blockchain. Now that we have talked about what a blockchain technology is, let's have a look at some of the most popular blockchains. First, we have Bitcoin. It is one of the first blockchains to be invented, and it's a cryptocurrency. It's only used as a cryptocurrency. But we have another blockchain called as Ethereum, and this, other than being cryptocurrency, is also used for writing software programs known as smart contracts, so that we create decentralized applications which are different from the centralized ones. So again, it's a very powerful blockchain. Then we also have Solana, which uses Rust programming language for programming. We have Polygon, we have Polkadot, we have Cardano, we have Binance, and many more blockchains. So many blockchains are being introduced in this Web3 space day by day, and all of these blockchains have some special features added to them. But we should understand that the underlying infrastructure for all the blockchains is the same. Same cryptography hashing. The consensus algorithm may vary between blockchain to blockchain, but the underlying infrastructure is mostly the same. So that is it about the basics of blockchain technology. See you in the next class.